Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 more games coming your way. Next up is going to be Miramar, and then after that we have Sanhok. As always, you've got myself, James Banks, joined by the lovable Cormac, a.k.a. Imperium, to bring you all the action. And as you saw, the action has certainly been heating up here today, Cormac. These 2 Erangel games were ridiculous. And Airstation Mike! They just got to 200 points. They've managed to hit that magic number. And for me, I've always said it, if you get 200 points, no matter what happens now, you're pretty much guaranteed to be within that top 8.
Well, they have a nice 52-point gap between themselves and the rest of the crew. We didn't get much of a chance to see who was where, but of course, Tempa's still holding on to 3rd, Red Foxes in 4th, Jokers in 5th. But even when you look at it, there's still 22 points between Jokers in 5th and ELGIGANTEN in 12th. That's still nothing. And we saw a little bit better stuff from ELGIGANTEN, bar the ghostar being a little bit too, on his own in that last game. So hopefully coming into Miramar, they will step it up a little bit more. Because I think you said it, and we kind of both agree that this week the teams are really pushing as hard as they can to get as many points as they can.
It's really funny because PUBG is a game where you should be at this level from day one, right? I'm not saying that's possible because you're learning a new lobby and stuff, but because it's so unforgiving that now starting to get activated, you can do all this and say you can go from 16th to, say, 12th, 10th maybe. Yeah. And you still fall short. Like, you need to learn to activate this a little bit earlier. Now, looking at yesterday's Miramar games, right? Northern Lights took the first one, 13 points up in it, and the second one went to No Tag Team with 18 points for them. Can either of these 2 teams repeat that success once again? Well, we'll be finding out real soon. My thing is, though, that I think that when we come to this Miramar, things are going to change quite a lot just because of the level we've seen these teams want to bring. And the first change we're going to have is a circle all the way up northeast. So this means these southern teams is going to be difficult.
And I talked about ELGIGANTEN. They have pretty much the center of the circle, but they are split up. So they will want to be aware that there's going to be about 10 teams heading their way somehow from the southern side. Of course, the likes of PG-18, BetterLuckNxTime, Red Foxes, and of course Team Unique, they will probably head up from the coastal line. But other teams like Jokers, No Tag Team, and of course Airstation Mike, they're going to be looking to somewhat full send it into the circle and just find that compound, find that high ground, that all elusive golden spot. So now, what is also going to be interesting is that both Jokers and No Tag Team, both in Los Leones. We've seen it happen before where Los Leones can kind of be a bit of trouble for 2 teams that occupy, and then they look to exit, and they can kind of, it can go against them. But let's see how it's going to pay off for either of these teams if they can just get those vehicles, exit with that loot, and make their way through. And 4 Kings, they're in 15th, but they're just about to hit the 100-point mark. It's not over till it's over, right, James? Like I always say, it's not over till the fat lady sings. Mathematically, they still have a chance of qualifying.
It's not impossible. It would just require better than we've seen from them in every game so far. And also for that to happen from pretty much most of the games for the rest of it. Because if you think we have a total of 5 games left, at the end of the day, we'll only have 4 games left for these guys. So time will tell, because this is match 27. As we get into it, we get closer towards the end. My, oh my. Cormac, this has come around very fast for these Group B boys.
Has hell. Like I came into to start Group A and I was like, loads of time. And now suddenly it's like, okay, we've had the first set of 8 teams confirmed. Who's going to be the next set of 8 teams? And damn, it's getting close. And honestly, I think, the 8 teams that have already qualified, they will be looking very closely at these teams because we talked about it. They are pushing as hard as they can to make it into the final stage.
Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Gadoran He wants to come in and take some shots today as they were rotating, but ToWzErA, he's on his own, and this could be a bad sign. Hugstar, you can see, just on the right-hand side, maybe coming into this, but if MOOPHEUS can act fast, this could be huge.
Oh, no.
But they're going to be outnumbered because all of ASM are starting to roll up into this, and they're going out already double. He's on the money with this. He's well in advance. Hugstar, don't stand there for too long. You're going to get taken out by the nade. ASM, things are not going well for them today. Jazza jumped into the party as well, but he's been headshotted. 60 health ripped away from him. Double's on point, but he's not on point all the way. ghostar now needs to turn this around. He's outnumbered, he's outgunned, but he believes he can get the job done. Tapping away, Jazza doesn't have too much health left within it. Fake's there as well, he's hiding in the smoke, trying to bring Hugstar up. They do not want players to be eliminated. Double's been taken out now, and if you're MOOPHEUS, you get the hell out of here. You're outnumbered, you're outgunned, you've spent a lot of time here, and you've already lost one player, but they seem keen to want to go on the hunt and finish this off. ToWzErA might end up going down, which will give him 1 point. That's fair enough, but now you're in a 3v2, and a 3v2 of players who are ready for this fight and know where you are.
I know Reggie Birdo loved his long-range shots, but at this moment, at this early of the game, when you have a full squad fight, it's not helping. It's not helping at all. He needs to join the rest of his team. It is a 3v2 against Team MOOPHEUS if he can join it. Although Fake did get knocked down, he gets taken out, so now it's a 2v2 as Hugstar and Jazza are in the warehouse. Another grenade is going to connect. Doesn't quite manage to hide behind that box just in time.
Those nades are going very deep here, but ASM are pinned in the same spot. This is the problem. Fake going down there is the huge difference maker in this fight. In all fairness, MOOPHEUS, you didn't have the advantage in this, but you've still made it work. Now Reggie's getting closer as well, and soon enough, he might be in a spot where he can actually see some of the ASM players, but he does, and Jazza spots him first. So now we're back into a 2v2, but the health advantage is massively with MPS. Now think of this. A lot of time's been sent here by both teams. Both teams are using a lot of utility as well, including bandages, first aid kits, etc. And MOOPHEUS, they're trying to play the sneaky game. Hawkey, he wasn't sure if he wanted to go for it just yet. He's being cautious. They have moved out of position. Hugstar getting himself into a spot so he's not in the predictable spots to be pre-fired into it. But if both teams back away from each other now, no one really wins.
Oh, no way.
Hugstar again. And that nade, he literally just walked into the field of it. He was so close to being able to escape. And Hawkey, he's on the hunt. He wants these additional kills coming in. And this is a dangerous game they are playing. Jazza, the only one left alive. He can't save his teammate. He'd already fallen back quite far. And Reggie, still on the floor, unable to do anything from his position. He may just end up bleeding out, but Jazza maybe catches him as they go to try and save him. Oh, no! Oh, no!
KnorkiS from ELGIGANTEN just kind of going, wait, what's going on here?
That's it. ghostar now being knocked. Only one player left. Oh, no. KnorkiS had gone huge cleanup. Oh, Clip's eating him! No way, KnorkiS! He just spots the head. He saw exactly where Jazza was, and Clip says, no, get the hell out of here. Hjort steals away a kill.
Wow.
Tempest, they heard what was going on and said, all right, these idiots are still fighting for so long. We'll let them do as what they can, then we'll come up on cleanup duty when we're happy. Tempest, oh my God, the winners of the previous game, 21-point game at that, looking to really activate themselves right here, right now.
Now Jazza, because Reggie Birdo bled out, will get a point at least. So, hey, look, whatever happens to Jazza, once again, I'm going to be an asshole. Airstation Mike can still secure points in this game.
Yep.
So, you know what? But now, Hanny is going to look to join forces with Wookie Bookie, the Star Wars duo, I'm going to call them, of Tempest. Will the Force be with them against the likes of Hawkey and Jazza, who's very low in health, but has now healed himself up in that? Yeah, it's a garbage disposal bin thing.
I'll take it. Sit in the skip, wait out a while.
There you go, skip. That's what I was looking for.
I was trying to say it nicely so you didn't even have to point it out, so you could just take it next time and get it. You just throw yourself under the bus, it's fine. I don't even have to do it for you. So both Hawkey and Jazza, they're sitting in the world of, well, that was really pointless. None of this worked out. Probably won't do that again, you know. And that's why I said the benefit situation for MOOPHEUS was to back away when they had the chance. Instead, they full commit to it. Yes, you got a few extra kills, but now what's happened to the rest of your game? It's completely messed up. Little decisions can be big, impactful movements that ruin your entire game.
Also, when they got the knock onto Fake and that kill as MOOPHEUS...
Boom, what? Jazza.
What?
He's like, ha, 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 I'm having the last laugh.
And when that knockdown and that kill went on the Fake, that should have been the trigger for Team MOOPHEUS to push forward more aggressively. But because they had Reggie Birdo there up on the hill, which was providing that level of vision, and if they had have pushed Airstation Mike more into the open, there was a higher chance that they would have gotten that squad right, but they left it too long, gave too much freedom to Airstation Mike, and ultimately they paid the price.
Tempers are still looking to finish off Jazza though. He's like, I can't turn anywhere. How do I duck this? Can he pull off a Marcelek and maybe get a lot of kills in? He knows nades are going to start coming towards him. Current nade meta is very hard to deal with. Wherever he turns, wherever he pokes out, there is a player from Tempest ready to shoot him. Good spot on the angle there, tries to hold it on, but York proves too strong. Headshot landed, Jazza goes down, and now let's just really cover this. Both Airstation Mike and MOOPHEUS, that was awful. You fought each other for too long, you took challenges, no one was willing to back away, and then you both finished in 16th and 15th place. Yes, sometimes that's how it goes, but that's just, you should play smarter. I've seen both teams play smarter.
That was in the 5 to 10 minute mark of the game. There's no way that should happen. You kind of expect that from lower standard teams within reason, not to sound too harsh. But yeah, these two teams are overall more intelligent. But Airstation Mike, they pretty much just got their spot. They're in the top 8, so I can give them a bit more forgiveness. But Team MOOPHEUS, they need every point, therefore they want to play a bit more of a safer game. Takes out ties from PG-18.
I thought Morpheus was going to catch a lick down from that car, but he did manage to hop around it, get the kill in there, but he still has to be careful. There's so much more that can happen here. The rest of ELGIG starting to come around, but they've got to deal with PG-18. The Wanderer, he's so split away from the rest of his team. He knows, he can hear what's going on, but he hasn't got anywhere to turn. ELGIG also taking shots at huge potential. Yep. Maybe deal with who's close to you first. Just putting out there, like, I'm a little bit scared that we're going to see Celtic fights go on again, but I'm hoping ELGIG learnt the lesson from the previous game and things can turn around now.
I would like to see one other member of ELGIGANTEN join up with Morpheus in that building to once again make it a bit of a 2-2 split. The reason why it's just that if that first knockdown comes down, there's a higher chance the revive is going to come out, therefore stopping that push from the opposing team. We're talking about pushes. Kizik trying to find MJ, gets put down to 10 health. Arctics also gets taken down to 10 health. MJ are holding on pretty strong as the cavalry arrives on the side of MJ.
Yeah, Mini needs to get the hell out of there. I don't know what he plans to do. He's got Ojala now coming around the corner, trying to work into it. Nade's going out. Junu, be careful. Your teammate's up top, mate. Bloody hell. Junu taking shots from elsewhere as well. Mini out in the open. And this is the problem. BetterLuckNxTime have more cover on their side. But when MJ-Esports want to move out, they're going to be shot at by other teams. Junu's taking so much damage here. Both him and Ojala are pretty low, while BetterLuckNxTime have got all their players with full health.
That was huge potential in the background as well. They were popping shots off towards Juno. That's why you had to just protect themselves. I got to give credit to Mini because he held off BetterLuckNxTime so well with those shots to give the rest of the team a chance of arriving and trying to provide that protection.
Marcelek, in the meantime, is taking down one of the PG-18s onto the floor. Wanderer knocked down, but will he be finished off? This is not working out for MJ-Esports here either. Fate ready for it. He's making a lot of noise. Is he going to check the corner? Goes for pre-firing the angle. He's right round there and he gets the job done. Beautiful. That's what you want to see. MJ-Esports, they are going to get cleaned up and cleaned out. I believe they've got one player left alive. And where is he hiding? Where can he be? Is it Mini still, the first one that was here? His teammates came to back him up.
No, I'm looking on the map screen and I can't find him. But
oh, he's there. It's Stratos. He's up that. He's a little bit further away. He's a little bit further away. So
he's kind of in between all the similar colors as well. As you do see Brute Force Blast taken out. Recurrent from PG-18 taken out as a huge potential hold on to the center of the circle. Joker's Moon on his own, moving in. So BetterLuckNxTime, 3 kills, 3 more points for their side as O'Connell knocks down the tab from Jokers.
So many of these fights, by the way, are turning into situations where teams are just not going to win early on. Moon's just being killed. Zolta's naded him down. BSD picked him off with a headshot. We're going to see again a game where so many teams have been aggressive from the very start that this isn't benefiting many people. And it's the teams that wait until later on that are going to be the ones loving life.
Like, and that's the thing, like, you know, we 13 teams, but there's only 43 players. And one map that I say is so important to have a full squad up on is Miramar because it's so open-ended. There's so many open spaces that when you have that 4-man squad up, you're able to position more effectively. You're able to split up, get that information, get that vision out for your side to make sure that you're able to rotate and put yourselves in the most advantageous situation.
And that is what it's all about. As we look over here with no tag team, Red Foxes, huge potential.
Yep.
All in the central location. Finally, MJ-Esports do get eliminated. That's Stratus going down. We saw he was further away from his teammates after they all got picked apart earlier on in this. But they were being fired at from multiple sides here. Now, Tempest, interestingly enough, they're down in the far south at the moment, not engaging just yet. They're waiting to this point. And like I spoke about it earlier, from 12 onwards is some of the times where teams feel a lot more comfortable to get activated. So they've probably got everything they want, and now they can take these fights.
Wow.
Now, Manny just got headshotted down. I don't think he had a clue where that's exactly from. He was looking at the Northern Lights players and then got sideswiped, tapped away, and he's not going to maybe be able to live to fight another day. If this keeps happening, Higgy's getting shots towards him.
Oh, no.
Bro.
Oh, no.
He hasn't got the angle of him. He's got enough of a ridge there that Spyro can't see him.
That is so close. All the while, you thought in the picture was knocked down, but Soldiers will get that revive up with the smoke grenades, providing extra cover, but it's not going to stop Istanbul Wildcats from looking in their direction. We see Laza is trying to find them. They are inside circle. Are we going to have a Tori Aomada finish? And compared to other Miramar games, as the action is still continuing, where we've been able to talk about the circles, we've been able to talk about the shifts. We've had 4 phases of circles, and we've barely talked about how the teams are rotated because the action has been so consistent in the first 16 minutes of this game, James. It is crazy indeed.
Yeah, sorry, I had to let you take over there while I coughed a bit to death. Obviously not trying to die here, like,
of course,
surviving is key, as it is in PUBG as well. And that's what Freenop's trying to do. Stuck behind this rock for now. The Northern Lights players are all driving around him. Are they going to finish him? The Deep's not looking. I keep calling him the Deep because that's what his name was last season. It's Deep now. Deep, Deep, Deep. And Spyro, he's like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, you going to pan him or something, bro? You got that close. Oh, you're going to just loot him up? Nah, he's just looting.
Yeah.
It's looting to avoid the shots coming off towards him. But
yeah, of course.
Perfectix, he won't have any shots being landed on his end. He was just ducking and diving around all those bullets coming towards him from brute force. The problem Northern Lights have is, yes, we got vehicles, but every entrance they want to look at is already got another team waiting for them.
Yeah, I think their best option is actually kind of head towards the west side or the southwest. Because, yeah, BetterLuckNxTime are there as our Tempest, but I definitely think that's the safest option for them for now. There is still 2 members of Red Foxes up. That is Metabay and Jeblez, as we did see set from Jokers taken out, and that is them eliminated in 12th place. 11 teams, 38 players left standing. Tempest, still a full squad down south, but very close outside to ToWzErA with Team Unique. Do see Zolters, Gerhawk, huge potential, popping off against no tag team. That's going to be 1 knock, 2 knock, 1 kill, 2 kills. No tag team entering into the circle from the north, down to 2 players. That is Gibbet and O'Connell once again.
There was no reply coming out from him either.
Oh.
Huge potential just firing off on them. And look at what ground they can cover here.
Yep.
They've got such a good vantage point where they can see down onto so much. The Wildcats are still within it, though, and this is interesting. Another game where they've not been activated early on. They've slowed things down again, and they're just biding their time. But we're seeing them be able to take more fights in these later stage games.
Exactly. Faultlessly from BetterLuckNxTime knocks down. And the kill gets taken away by Gerhawk from huge potential. So, they're finding every opportunity. That shows that they're holding on to so many angles, because you saw them take down 2 members, no potential from the north side, but then they also took a kill away on the west side, which means that they are being very aware of where their position is, where the teams are around them. The second they find a shot, the second they find a body, they'll aim the gun in that direction and try and find it. As Team Unique, they're going up against Tempest, as I talked about. This next phase, where is the circle going to shift? Is it going to go down south? It goes down south.
Now this is super interesting, because Tempest and Unique are definitely going to fight. Yeah,
Yep.
they're really close to each other. Wookie Bookie's miles away doing a scouting job, so that gives Unique an advantage in that fight. ELGIG, they're just hanging on, but they can push in quite nicely.
They can.
It's this northern side with Istanbul Wildcats, huge potential, Red Foxes, 4 Kings, Brute Force, and no tag team. Where are they all going to go?
Well, okay. Istanbul Wildcats can actually go directly down south a little bit and just hug the side of that hill that they're currently located on, which will give them a slightly bit of better protection against the rest of no tag team. Because when you look on the map screen, if you see O'Connell and Giva are doing that exactly. They're trying to hug the side of the hill, so there's a much bigger chance that they're not going to get spotted out and try to make their way into circle, but it's still going to be hard. As we did see the 2 remaining members of ELGIGANTEN, you said they'd have easy access. They go far more into the center circle than I kind of expected, but it's in a ridge. They've got hills around them, very well protected. Talk about who is not protected. That is both 4 Kings and Brute Force fighting in the open. On the edge of the side is Higgy and GRISHKAPOWER. The grenades are starting to fly out. Manny in the distance. Higgy with the grenade connects onto AmerouuS. Gets the kill. Another point in the favor on the side of 4 Kings. Every single point that they need. As another knockdown is going to come out.
So many fights starting to happen here. ELGIG pretty much helping Tempest out here with getting those kills onto the Unique players. That is such a huge job for them, and Tempest can still sit safely in the circle and in a compound. Wookie's now coming to join in, and you just got to hope that he doesn't get picked off as he's trying to come back in, maybe thinking that it's safer than it actually is. There's Manny. Maybe Grishka needs to come help you out, buddy, because you're struggling. This is not going to work out. He's just going to die it out to just to the crawling out rather than the zone itself. And Red Fox is going out a little bit earlier this time around in 11th place. Unusual for these guys.
It is, and I think they stayed overall fairly quiet in the game as well. I'm interested if they got any kill points as Givett gets taken out by Laza. That leaves O'Connell on his own in the blue zone trying to get in. As fate a better look next time. No tag team do get eliminated. It was unfortunate. It was always going to be tough for them. You talked about all those teams up north trying to survive.
Yeah. And look at it. Huge potential about to all get ripped apart.
Yep.
It's only Alrain left alive. We've just watched no tag team go down. Brute Force are waiting for the remaining 4 Kings players. Istanbul Wildcats might be the team that gets to escape this. It depends which direction they take. But even then, ELGIG's taking a few shots on them.
Ooh. The knockdown comes down on the clip by Dezo. Is that going to be the chance for Unique to drive on forward to get that advantage and to take out Tempest? That's going to be the second knockdown with that grenade. Dezo coming up on top. Can the rest of the team provide the support? And he gets taken out. 4 Kings do get eliminated at the hands of BetterLuckNxTime.
Yeah, this is less than ideal for Tempest. Clib doesn't have much health either. A slow approach coming in and Dez out doing more damage. He's been knocking them down and knocking them out. Only 1 player remains. It's Clib to try and hold on to it. He gets himself the first knock in, but now he's up against Greg, who has to back away. He's on his own, but Faultlessly's also taking some shots through the door onto him. Could they be helping him out here? Wookie is the only one who is still not knocked for Tempest, but he is outside the compound. Remember, he was scouting outside elsewhere, and now he's got to come back into this, but he was also taking shots from Northern Lights. So for Wookie, he's just chilling now. I'm thinking, all right, I've got to prone and solo this my way through, and hopefully maybe some of the players just walk in front of me, or I can sneak up behind them a little bit later on. But huge potential. They will eventually go down. Alrain, he had a tough task on his hand as the only player, and he doesn't survive any longer.
He's still gotten a placement point for his team. That's better than a kick in the face. It all begins with 1 point at a time, as BetterLuckNxTime still have the western side compound inside the circle. ELGIGANTEN, who had moved into the circle, they are focusing now on Istanbul Wildcats, trying to hold them off, all the while Northern Lights, who took advantage of Tempest and Team Unique going at each other, are also inside circle. So what we initially feared of Spyro and Deep having trouble, they made it count as PVVM and the rest of Team Unique get that squad wipe on to Tempest.
The way Unique played that was so well.
Yeah.
They were under pressure from ELGIGANTEN, had one player knocked and killed by them, and then were still able to maneuver with 3 players throughout the compound and challenge Tempest. The only problem Tempest had there was Wookie. He was far away. Remember, he went off towards the eastern side to look at see where other teams were. He did not have any understanding of where Unique were coming behind him. And that's where you've always got to check your flank. Now Unique are giving themselves a huge chance coming into this game. But the team you've really got to look out for is BetterLuckNxTime and Istanbul Wildcats. Both of these two teams have good spots, and they've got the numbers against everyone else.
Although the pressure is actually being shown by Brute Force, who did take down one member. BetterLuckNxTime, so they're not a full squad anymore, and that is going to give, at least from a man power point of view, the advantage over Istanbul Wildcats. But they're going up against both ghostar and KnorkiS, the rest of ELGIGANTEN.
The nade damage was not on BSD's side. Apocalypse, protect your teammates. Don't allow him to go down. No! He goes down as well. ghostar, he's putting the hurt on him. Genzo's trying to come round. KnorkiS is going to go in for the flushes. ghostar finds himself getting taken apart. KnorkiS taking damage. Got 90 health to work with it. Trying to hold on. Throws the smokes down. Wants to cover his teammates as well. But there is so much pressure being applied. The nades going out. The Wildcats being picked apart. Only 3 of them remain. 2 of them are currently knocked as well. How is this going to go down? ELGIGANTEN with a 2v4, and they come out on top.
That should not have happened at all. There's no way that should have happened, but ELGIGANTEN, who've been looking stronger throughout today's games, now able to secure more points, able to rack it up in these games. Miramar has proven to be action-packed in today so far. Right from the 5-minute mark, we've seen people getting taken out after taken out, as we are now down to 6 teams and 12 alive, an average of 2 per team.
Communication is the key to success, and something went massively wrong for the Wildcats in that one. 4v2. Admittedly, Laza was up in the northern side of it, but it was still other players close enough, and they should have been able to work around it. That nade that ghostar threw out did so much, and ELGIG now in a great spot in the new circle.
2 vehicles.
I'll take it. That's living the dream at this stage, and give them the extra cover they need, especially with how open this area is. KnorkiS able to get another one in. He goes straight in for the flush. Unique absolutely owned. The moment they stepped out, they were like shooting range targets for everyone else around them.
This is the ELGIGANTEN that we've come to know and love. This is the ELGIGANTEN that we saw in Phase 2 promotion. Popping the shots off, getting those kills at every single chance. KnorkiS and ghostar doing so well in this game. Be very interesting how many kills they are in total so far. They are on tail. That's double-digit kills for ELGIGANTEN as they take down Brute Force. What? How can they even be stopped in this game?
Well, BetterLuckNxTime have a good spot, right? They've got a compound that's still within this, and they're now pushing out looking for kills. ELGIG do have to be careful of that, but ELGIG must have heard what we were talking about in that previous game and how bad the engagement was, because this time they've turned it around to even make it possible that KnorkiS has 5 kills on his own. 10 kills in total for the team, and ELGIG are saying, look, we can get this done. They've got a good line to hold here. They can duck back down, and look, KnorkiS active, scoping around everywhere. Got the 8 times the use to his advantage. He also has plenty of meds as well. No nades, but also 4 smokes. This man is in a good spot to work.
But look at this phase 8. Shifted down south, right into the palm of the hands of the 2 remaining Northern Light members. They have the rock to their side. They have nice dip protection. But what I do slightly fear for Northern Lights is they're just bunched up a bit too close to each other. Can they spread out a little bit more? Can they find just a slightly better position to get that information out for their team?
KnorkiS is trying to tap this away. He wants them to poke him, but every time he stops shooting and he goes to take cover, he ends up getting hurt down. But Spiro quickly taking down ghostar. Now KnorkiS is a solo player. ELGIG now needs to just find this cover and get inside that circle once again. He's opted to leave the vehicles behind. He's throwing down some additional smokes. This will give him the cover to move forward and protect him from the Northern Lights players, but it won't protect him from elsewhere. He does actually get to jump in the vehicle. He's going to try and make it happen. Spiro, though, completely ready and waiting for it. Just tapping away. Multiple shots coming towards the car. Are they going to blow it up? They can't actually land the shots onto KnorkiS, and he does blow up. He does go down, but he'll eliminate himself. ELGIGANTEN out in 4th.
You know what? He gave it a good effort. He gave it a good run. Tried his best, but didn't quite work out.
Best of a bad situation.
Yep.
Oh, and Larza, the moment he poked up, the deep rips his head clean off. And that now puts us into a 2 versus 4. Better luck next time. I'm not sure how many kills they've got. I don't think it's a massive amount. I want to see what this comes down to. But that nade, wow, Artix, he's got to be careful. More nades coming out. Faultlessly's the further forward player.
Because they're all behind each other, Better Luck Next Time can't flank around right now. They can't get the better angles that they need, whereas Northern Lights, they're just about at a point where they can find those shots where you do see Deep is moving a bit more forward. The grenade connects onto Fate. The Molotov is going to be thrown out to try the extra reposition, but Spyro, did he go too far, too quick?
He pushed forward. He wanted to get the nades out. He knows they've got the pressure applied.
No
Damage
way.
being done. Shots being made. He doesn't see him to the side. What was that? The Deep. He had the chance. And it just was too much. Pressure applied. Faultlessly got round the corner straight in front of him and was able to get that final kill. You saw him sneak round the side. You watched him. He swung, looked for it, and then went, ah, ah. And it's one of those bits where you peek, and then you peek back and you go, ah, no. And you have to get it on that first attempt. The games today have been a different level of hype to the rest of this week. It's like Monday and Tuesday, they were sleeping a bit. They allowed these points to change, and they go, oh, God, guys, we're ending this week. We best get some more points. And now all of a sudden, it's just all gung-ho.
Like ELGIGANTEN popping off. Northern Lights popping off. Of course, you got to say that Deep and Spyro had help from Unique and Tempest taking each other out, essentially. They help all around them, plus the circle went in their favor. But it doesn't matter. If it look goes your way and you can take advantage of it, all the better for you.
We just saw that, what Jazza did to Reggie. We didn't actually catch it during the game. That was impressive. It was a spray down at some distance, and he just used the angle he had over the roof being broken out. This is Jazza just doing as much as possible. This is when KnorkiS came and went, I'm going to end all of this, and then got shots fired towards him and was like, maybe I'll just walk away. Maybe I don't want to take this. Imagine if KnorkiS went down there as well.
I know.
Because he was doing crazy. He had 5 kills for this game. Jeez.
As you said, chain reaction, and you make the calculated play to disengage when you don't think there's anything really to grab out of it, and it pays off in the long run. As we did see, Istanbul Wildcats in huge potential, kind of taking each other out on the north side, down by those silos. And they didn't quite pay off for huge potential in the end. It worked a little bit better out for Istanbul Wildcats, but you got to say, the Wildcats did make a bit of a mistake against the 2 members strong of ELGIGANTEN towards the end of that game.
It's been a huge kill game, though, right? Better Luck Next Time had 7, Northern Lights 4, Istanbul Wildcats 6 in a 3rd place, ELGIG 10 kills with 4th place, Brute Force 6 kills with 5th place, Unique 4 kills with 6th place and 4 kills, so Brute Force with 5th. And then Tempest, how did those guys do?
They only got 2, though.
2 kills with a 7th place, but still, they're up there within the top 8.
And even huge potential, they got 7 kills in 8th place. They were up in that north side, and they were getting work done onto, I think it was a couple of members of Brute Force and also 4 Kings. This is the final moments. This is where
I want to see the swipe again. There it is. Look for he turned, looked, and went ah. And it's when you've already made the mouse turn to try and swing it back. You're like, probably dead, aren't I? Oh, rip. Not going to happen. Not going to work out in my favor. MJ Jokers and Red Foxes, though, 0s across the board.
Yeah, and only 4 Kings getting 1 point. PG80 Loops and others getting a couple of points more, but this is it. 4 teams in double digits. The action-packed game that was Miramar favoring Better Luck Next Time, ELGIGANTEN, Wildcats, and Northern Lights.
Not bad at all. And Spiroi was doing all the damage coming up into it, alongside KnorkiS on ELGIGANTEN. Both KnorkiS and ghostar, obviously, they were the only 2 players left for ELGIG at the end, but they were active, all things considered. They were taking fights. Larza, he's always our standout player for the Wildcats, and he was able to get plenty of damage done, but only 2 kills alongside it.
Then we do look at the kills. KnorkiS with 5, Hawk with 4, Fate with 3, and then it just travels down from there. So, like, when you look at a 4, ELGIGANTEN, huge potential, Better Luck Next Time, getting the guts of those kills, and this was the head-to-head. 1,700 damage with 10 kills for ELGIGANTEN, which means they just took advantage of the opportunities to get those points.
plenty of opportunities to get those points, right? And that's how close it can be when you get the additional kills coming in. This is a much fairer comparison as well. So Fate, 3-3, right? Good enough, though, because he did 305 damage, so he'll take that. KnorkiS, he was trying to do as much as possible. Great work from him towards the end as well. 5 kills, 4 knocks, 730 damage. All very respectable. Do you know what? I'd love to see this logo of Better Luck Next Time as like a spray on the game, and you can just spray it on the dead bodies once you've killed them. Just to really rub it in.
Like, you know when they leave their mark. So
it's like, boom, Better Luck Next Time, baby. I just owned you.
Just like a sticker, just
hell
put
yeah.
on there,
I'll take that. Let's get this added to the game. Let's make that the next thing for PUBG to add. We got Sanok next, though. And it's been... Are you serious? Of course he's telling me that. Yeah, okay, we're not going on a break, so we're just going to wait until we go to Sanok.
Okay,
so
wow.